Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Forbidden Siren. Let's see here. We're on day 2 at 6 p.m. Okay, one of the archives is the mission objective, and the other archive, I feel like I did that one. At the very least, I know where that one is. But I feel like I already have that one. Or should already have that one, at the very least. Is there any secondary objectives? There is. Okay. Let's do this. Back in the hospital.
First there was the village that shouldn't exist. And now the hospital.
So he's trying to find Eureka after they got split up when Akira ambushed them. But now we're trying to find an album. Real quick, do I have a melee? I do not. Wow, wow. Wowie, wow. Alright. Fuck you. All seem pretty useless. Locked. Where's the restrooms? Over there. Locked. Ow! Come through. Wow, wow. Okay. Disturbing graffiti on the wall. Yeah, I did get this one. Oop. I looked at that already. I also looked at these medical notes already. Marks on the railing. Yeah, graffiti found at hospital showing countless eyes. An aura of insanity and paralyzing terror. That's good. That's good. Alright. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. I opened the men's restroom. The window is open just a crack. There's no water. Attach hose. why would I attach the hose? There's a hose attached to the tap. This one yields a trickle of water. There's no water. Locked. Locked. This has, yeah, lying underneath the grating is what looks like a key with a wooden tag attached. Pick up. Grating is preventing your fingers. The window is slightly ajar. Okay, hang on. Lower hose. Lower the hose out the window. Alright. Now... go over here. Pull up hose. That's a long-ass hose. Right, now I go all the way back up again. And now I start running the tap. Turn on tap. Yeah. And now it's gonna float to the top. And we're gonna head back over here. We're gonna pick up the key. Key to second floor of hospital, ward number 2. So in the second ward... Oh, is it just... If I go up here... Unlock door. There we go. Locked. you. Alright. Okay. There's another one! Close it! Okay. Locked. Ashtray. 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 Ashtray's in a hospital. Locked. There's a record player. It seems broken. Pick up. Got the record player needle. Come on, Takeuchi, day 3, 3 a.m. Mission objective 2 fulfilled. Okay. Close the door. This is the album. Lapidated album. Search. Yippee! Free.
This woman. Could it be?
Kill her. Photo from old album. Mission 2 accomplished. Back to Hisako Yeo. Day 2, 6 a.m.
Time of revival draws near, and the beginning and the end are one. That is the eternal circle of life.
Boat of Yutsubo. Yoyasuda, day 2. 7 a.m. Orifushi Forest.
It's coming. It's coming.
What? What's coming? What happened?
Mission objective, drive away Shibito Brain.
Wait! It's no use. You can't escape. We have to find the leader and fight him.
The leader.
Cross the bridge and find something to use as a diversion. Okay. Wait right there. He hasn't burned this bridge yet. There's a lighter on the ground. Pick it up. Light fire to attract Shibito's attention. Do I start the fucking car fire? Holy shit, wait a minute. Light gasoline. I do fucking start the car fire. That's Yo! Yo! Defeat Shibito Brain. Damn! That's alright. He's running. There we go. Fuck you. Perfect. Mission accomplished. Day 2, 9 a.m. The suspension bridge.
The entire village has been dragged into this other dimension. And us along with it. This is not reality, nor is it the underworld. But somewhere in between.
What's wrong?
What are we going to do? We have nowhere to go!
What are you complaining about? You don't like this village anyway. People here are weird, but anybody would be, living in a place like this. Come on, let's get out of here. And you won't have to see your strange brother again.
You?
I have a name. Kyoya.
Thanks, Kyoya.
I just came to get you back.
Damn! Continue to next loop. Damn! I'm still alive! And then that leads into when Hisako finds me and Yuriko at the same time. Okay, yeah. It's all coming together. We can already do mission objective 2 here. So of course we're going to. This goes to Hisako at 10. That's almost gonna that's gonna directly lead from this to that. Okay. All right. Here we go.
It's coming. It's coming.
What? What's coming? What happened?
Okay. Mission objective. Acquire 38 caliber police issue revolver. Huh? Make a trap for Ishida. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else I can do. That way I have the sake bottle. Is it going to be that fucking cop? Is it going to be the cop? The cop? Hang on. No, I think I know exactly the one. 'Cause the police officer that we keep having run-ins with. Yeah. Ishida. Yeah. Make a trap for Ishida. Yeah, it's this fucking guy. I don't know where it went, but there was something along the lines of like he was the winner of like an alcohol making contest or something like that. Something along those lines. The community. Yeah, there it is. On July 3rd, the Hanuta Brewers Association held the Hanuta Sake Tasting Contest. Police officer Tetsuo Ishida won the contest. So we have a bottle of sake. This is how we trap him. That bottle of sake that we grabbed from the house back at 1 a.m. this same day is how we're gonna get our 38 caliber police issue revolver. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, I see the plan. I see the plan. So real quick, we do need to look at a couple of things. First off, photo from old album. Visit to the Miyata Clinic taken April 4th, 1967 with guide Hisako. Yeah. Evil bitch. The boat of Yutsubo. One day, the villagers saw what looked like a boat floating down the river. Suspicious, they dragged it onto the bank and saw that it was shaped like a bowl, with a glass cover. Peering inside, they found a strange woman. The woman's hair and eyebrows were completely white, but her eyes were tinged with red. Since she did not speak their language, they could not figure out where she was from. She cradled in her arms a box, which appeared to be very important to her, because she never let it go. It was said that inside of the craft which bore her was decorated with strange and barbaric symbols. Interesting. Okay. And now this level right here has three, count them, three different archives. There's one in the mountain hut. There's one in the hole where the Shibito brain is, and then there's one by the barrel south of the ore processing plant. Okay. Pick up. He. Damn. Okay, these guys are tough. Set a trap. Oh, what the hell is this? try something. Okay. Old magazine lying on the shelf. Use poker. Grab the key. Hell yeah. Key for the electrical supply box. Okay. Kind of document lying on the ground. Naoko Mihama's resume. Where's this?
Ah!
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh, that motherfucker a bug.
Is that the police officer?
That's crazy. And now he's gonna patrol the area. Light gasoline. Driver's license has been dropped. Okay. And then I don't really give a shit about this guy. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So we are going to unlock it. Open door. And we're going to pull the lever down. That's going to stop the electricity. We're going to break a bottle. now, the drunkard that he is... Push lever up. Fry the bastard. Pull lever down. Go fuck yourself. Gun. I am strong. Got the .38 caliber police issue revolver. Kyoya suited day 2. 8 p.m. goal for mission objective 2 fulfilled. That's why it was locked. Oh my god! Alright, mission 2 accomplished. Now let's see what Hisako has to say after I was shot with a rifle.
Why are you running away? Someone wonderful is waiting for you. You...
Continue to next loop. Yo, that's crazy. This is nuts! Yeah, stage select. Okay, real quick. Still can't do that. We can do Harumi's now. Harumi unlocks a cutscene with Miyako. Oh, Miyako Kojiro. We haven't seen one of that for a while. Okie doke. Here we go. All right, real quick. Also, we need to go to 15 o'clock. There's 1, 2, 3. But one of them is the objective. Okay. Do this. Also. Does she have any secondary objectives? Get the toy monkey. Okay, I know where the toy monkey is. Yeah, this'll be easy. All right. It's just too easy. Okay. This family. Mission: escape from abandoned house. Find beaded doll. Escape from abandoned house. Strange symbols on the surface. Okay. Now hide. Pick up. Hide. The question I have is that Harumi locks that door whenever she leaves, so how do I get that archive? Let me see. Hmm. Oh, I guess she doesn't close the door? Huh. Okay. We'll link that egg on my face. Okay. Unlock. Hide. Key. Key to storeroom. She does lock it. Oh. I see. Now I have to wait for her to leave, though. And this might take a bit. Come on. Get bored of this drawing. Are you gonna be done drawing soon? She's stuck in a loop? There she goes. I was gonna say, like, she is not leaving. Pick up. Toy monkey. For day 3 midnight.
Hey!
Alright. Unlock. Okay.
Oh. Gave this to Miyako. Miyako.
I. Okay. Will she go into the storeroom now that it's open? He won't? She'll just be like, huh, it's open. And then nothing. Alright. Now I need to get them into their positions again. She's gonna start drawing on the floor down here. He's gonna go smoking. Real quick, let's go ahead and look at these archives. Holy crap, we have a lot. That's the photo from the old album. We've already looked at that. Okay, the Casutori Inquirer. Volume 66, July 24th, 2000. The Bizarre and Macabre. Triple X Village Massacre. Find out what really happened during the wee hours of May 21st, 1938, when 33 innocent villagers were brutally murdered in the largest killing spree on record. How did one man wipe out an entire village overnight? What drove him to kill? This in-depth investigation reveals all. Shiro Miyata's driver's license. Non-commercial driver's license. Name, Shiro Miyata. Date of birth, June 13th, 1976. Address is 4392 Hirasakai, Hanuda, Misumi District, Triple X Prefecture. Issued June 9th, 2002. Valid until June 13th, 2007. Naoko Mihama's resume. Profile, Naoko Mihama, born August 23rd of 1976. A lot of these people were born in 1976 in Tokyo. Height 158 centimeters, bust 82 centimeters, waist 57 centimeters, hips 86 centimeters. Interests, Mongolian cuisine, skills playing the bagpipes. Filmography, TV series Eat Your Heart Out, 94. Hasta La Vista, Mariko, 94. Tough Copy, 96. Murder, She Cooked, 02. Commercials, Gumshoe Ramen Noodles, 95. Video releases, Party Pandemonium, 98. Hot Pot Ninja Master, 99. The Lioness Hitman, 99. Cable, and Occult Japan, 03. Graffiti engraved into table. Table has been marked with strange-looking graffiti. Kamoshika notebook. Strange doodles are written inside this notebook. A popular brand favored by school children. And then the beaded doll. The doll is made in the image of a girl with black hair. Okay. Alright, now I just need to escape like normal, which shouldn't be too hard, honestly. I think Tomoda's slightly out of sync. He's not too out of sync, though. He's going upstairs. Everyone's going to get into their positions. Mom's going to the kitchen. Dad's going to the bathroom. She's going to start scribbling on the upstairs floor. The moment she stops scribbling here, as long as Mom and Dad are in good positions, I should be able to just run upstairs. Not how you cut. she goes. All right.
Harumi. Mrs.?
Don't go off by yourself anymore.
No!
There we go. Mission 2 accomplished. Miyako Kajiro. The Monostone. Book of Deliverance. Fruit of Vieda. Continue on to next loop. Oh my god. We're completing a lot of loops. Yes, stage select. Alright, let's see. Can we do anything with Tomoto yet? Nope. It's almost looking like Tomoto's going to be like one of the last things we can do. That unlocks Harumi at midnight. Alright. Kyoya, Kyoya, Kyoya. Okay. And then we need to go to 20 o'clock. Alright, there's 2. Alright. Let's do this.
And I thought I had seen it all. Look at that thing!
Yeah. It's pretty bad. Infiltrate the nest. Create entryway for Harumi Yamoda. 5 bullets. Only 5. There's gotta be a reason we have those 5. I don't know what that reason is, but I'm scared. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. Old booklet, Sacred Beliefs of Panuda. is. Okay. Pick up. Tool to open a manhole cover. It is locked. So where's the manhole cover? Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. The Book of Deliverance, Fruit of Vieda. A set of scriptures native to Hanuda, this volume describes the fruit of Vieda, which is said to grant eternal life. The fruit of Vieda in paradise grow two holy trees, of which the Lord doth say, do not eat the fruit they bear, as I have decreed it forbidden. Signpost containing map of Arado, hand-drawn map of the Arado area, a tiny district serviced by a few local shops. The Takuichi Monograph, Sacred Beliefs of Hanuda. A series of self-published writings by a local historian. This volume examines the syncretism that shaped the village's unique religious beliefs. Author is Omihito Takeuchi, published 1973. This village has traditionally worshipped gods from worlds unknown, and it did not take long before the new religion merged with existing beliefs, with the combination taking root in Hanuda as a new belief. Fusing the two faiths was not difficult. particularly because the villagers were already familiar with the doctrine of sacrificing self for the good of all. The worship of gods from afar can be traced back through the ages. It is told that the inhabitants of this area have long considered the vicinity of the Monostone to be a holy place, using the stone as an altar for various offerings. However, religious persecution and fusion with other beliefs led to the gradual disappearance of most of these practices from the public eye. Interesting. Open cover. Yippee! Manhole cover is open. Okay. Is that all I needed to do, or do I now need to get out of here? Okay. Enter. Yippee! Can't be destroyed with the items I have on hand. Go out. Alright, follow me.
Where were you? The professor's waiting.
Shut up. Enter manhole.
Hey, wait a minute. We might be able to break this.
Okay. So you are useful.
Show me that.
What?
I knew this would happen. I saw this in a comic book before. Ready?
Perfect. Mission 2 accomplished. Yippee! I do wish to save. Harumi. She's in the nest. That's not good. Level 1. D3. Escape from the nest. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Butcher. Crawl inside. Crawl inside. Okay. Little pouch with an odd picture in it. Pick up? Bag of laughs. Unpleasant laughter emanates from the bag. Roll. God, where am I? Alright. So the next one is a bug. This bug, I think, is going to be a problem. I want to look to see what this bug is going to do. Alright, this bug goes down. Okay, I'm close to that river. I'm staying right here until I know what the hell this bug is gonna do. 100%. It looks like there's a path down. Crawl. 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 Oh. I guess that just gets rid of that one. Oh, mission accomplished. Cutscene with Hisako. I don't like that. The nest mirror pool.
Now, the gates of paradise will open.
What is that thing?
What? No! Not me! No!
Ayako!
Now it's done. This is the last one. We don't need any more. Let us celebrate the coming of the great being. Our souls are cleansed.
Oh,
We're too late.
Professor!
Oh, everyone. Everyone's in the
Miyako?
fucking nest. What the fuck? X days later. I'm fucking sorry. Oh. What the fuck was that? Is Kyoya the fucking chosen one? Is that why that previous cutscene ended with the weird baby dragon thing? Like, just, like, slowly approaching Killia instead of, like, shoving them away and attacking them? Is he the chosen one? Is he chosen to be the protector of paradise? Question mark? I don't... X days later. What is this music? We're definitely not done with the game, though. There's no way we're done with the game yet. What the fuck? The truth behind the Hanuta incident has been added to the archive. Continue to next loop. We're completing a lot of fucking loops. Speaking of which, gotta check. We can do it. We can do it. This leads us to a cutscene on day 3. We can finally do it. We can't do Harumi's yet. Let me see here. Can't do Harumi's. We can't do K's. The game, I think, is getting really, really linear. There's not a lot we can do. I need to know, Kyoya carries numerous guns, countless bullets, and a katana. Snatches of a melody drift from the headphones Kyoya is wearing. Kyoya walks through the village of Shibito, holding the Yurin high above his head. Flames rain down upon the village. That's crazy. But from the looks of things, we, like, truly seem to be in the final stretch. Because where, like, at the beginning, when we first unlocked Stage Select, we had a lot of different levels that we could potentially do the secondary mission for and branch off of. Until eventually, we were just going, at least as much as the game would let us, because sometimes the game would just say, no, you need to go somewhere else. In which case we did that. But, and we still don't know what the hell this character is. Now, like, as we were finishing up day 1, at day 2, towards the end especially, we only had, like, 2 secondary objectives that we could realistically do at a time. Now there is 1. There is exactly 1 secondary objective we can do, and it's this one all the way back on day 2. We can't touch K. We can't touch Harumi over here. And then no other day 3 mission is open to us yet. So we're approaching the end. Like, we 100% are approaching the end. I wonder how many of these of these missions are going to branch to X days later and show me the credits. I'm curious about X days later at 4 a.m. That's what I'm curious about. Now that I know what X days later is at midnight, I want to know what happens at 4 days later. Or, sorry, 4 a.m. on X days later. I'm also still curious what happened 684 AD. Surely that's what this one is. Although it could be Hisako. Hisako could be 684 AD. Because Hisako seems to live forever. Or at least a variation of Hisako seems to live forever. But yeah, we're totally approaching the end here. This game is getting more nuts as we continue on. This game's so cool, honest to God. Like, once again, I have to stress this. I feel like if I played this game when it came out, it would frustrate me to no end. Because I can concede that a lot of the secondary objectives that the game asks you to do are so fucking esoteric, especially with how difficult this game is. Like, it's one thing to be esoteric. It's another thing... Hang on. Okay, real quick. It's one thing to be esoteric. It's another thing to be really, really difficult. It's another thing entirely to be both esoteric and extremely difficult. Because now, because of how difficult the game is, I'm scared to possibly explore. Because one wrong move could just kill me and make me have to reset the level. And depending on the level, a reset could mean a checkpoint, or a reset could mean all the way back to the beginning when I was almost done. And you don't know what you're supposed to do. Like, you don't really know, like, oh, on day 2, on 18 with Taman, I actually need to go back and play as Shiro all the way back on day 1 and make sure I do this one specific thing. But then I also need to go back as Taman on day 1 at 20 hours. What the fuck? 2000 hours. And grab a specific item. So it's just like, I need Shiro to do something at a level, and I need Taman to have an item, to then go, okay, now in this specific level with the item, I can now do the thing. Now, that's just a specific example. I honestly don't know if those two connect or not. They probably do in some form or fashion. But, like, you get the picture, though. It's super esoteric. I think I'm using that word right. The more I've been saying it, the more I'm just like, that's not a word. That's not a real word. I'm lying. But yeah. Like, once again, I concede that if I played this game, I was old enough to play this game when it came out. This game came out in 2003, 2004. I would have been 7 at most when this game came out. So yeah. No. I probably would not have liked it. Because I wouldn't have known what to do. So I got lucky with, like, Naoko Mihama. I actually got decently lucky with some of these objectives. Like, I hadn't unlocked stage select, and I hadn't started actively looking for, like, secondary objectives using a guide yet. So I got completely lucky when playing as Naoko Mihama, having to do the secondary objective as Naoko Mihama, I happened to do the thing with Akira that made it even possible. I didn't even know that I had to do that. I just got just an itch to explore around a bit and ended up doing the right thing. But then when I unlocked stage select, when I am now no longer in a feud of like being locked in like certain paths. Like there's a lot more freedom to that, but then there's also a lot of am I missing something here? Like there's a lot of is this right? Like once again, with that like made up scenario that I did with Shiro and Tamon, can I not complete an objective because Tamon needs a certain item that I need to go back in to a different Tamon level to do? Or do I need to go to a different character that went to that area at an earlier time and do something specific in order to then uh do the objective? Like there's a lot. There's the like hiding Harumi in a specific locker in the school to get the candles, knowing the correct order that the candles need to be lit in Reiko's other level on day 1. Like there are some levels where it seems pretty easy and like understandable, like okay, I know how this works. Like for example, day 2, 1 a.m. as Kyoya. In order to progress through the stage, I need to open a Buddhist idol. Sorry. I need to open like a Buddhist idol, and on that idol there is a key, and when you pick it up it says key to storage house or something like that, or storehouse. And then the guy pops out of the ground, and then you kill him, and then you go in the hole, and now you're outside. Be- because I was just like, oh, I now have the key to the storehouse. The first thing I did was go to the storehouse. And in the storehouse, if I explored a little bit, I found the sake bottle. And then upon grabbing the sake bottle, it told me, like, mission objective for this is now complete. Or, like, is ready, fulfilled. That's what it is. Object, like, mission for sorry, no, objective for mission 2 fulfilled, I think is what it says when you like do prerequisites. Uh and like that's cool. And then when I unlocked day 2, 7 a.m. for Kyoya and had to do that secondary objective, it made sense. It clicked because oh, the cop is a drunkard. I know the cop is a drunkard because in the very first level, there was a bunch of notes related to the cop. How his name is Ashida, how uh, how he is the police officer, and how Ishida did like a sake tasting contest and won first place. He's a drunk. He's a drunk cop. He's a drunk local cop. And so now, on day 2, 7 a.m., I have a sake bottle that I got from the previous Kyoya stage that was relatively obvious to do because the main objective had me acquire the key. Like, the key wasn't necessary for the main objective, but before the main objective to proceed, for the guy to pop out of the floor, I needed to grab the key. And then it was my choice to either go to the storehouse or just bail immediately. And I went to the storehouse. And because I went to the storehouse, I got the sake bottle. And now I can do it. That's cool. That's really, really cool. That's a really, really cool way of having a character do, or even the same character, having the same character need to do something in a specific other stage to progress in another stage. Because if I'm forgetting something, I know what I'm forgetting because the main objective actively like presents you with something asking you to explore it, basically. There was another stage. I think it was Shiro at 12 o'clock. I think it was this one. Um, Shiro at 12 o'clock. In his first stage, it was just to defeat the Shibito brain, uh, which is in the basement and is, what's her name? Mina. You have to kill Mina in the hospital. Um, And once you get into the basement, once you start exploring even slightly, you will find a key on a table that takes you somewhere else. Now, if you continue on with if you don't explore that and you continue on with the main objective, you're fine. You beat the main objective, you're good. But when Shiro's secondary objective opens and it tells you to find an idol, now you're like, oh, wait a minute. I need to I'm losing my mind now. I started talking and I'm losing my mind. I need to take this key and go to where it tells me to go. I can't remember where that key goes off the top of my head because it's already been a bit since I've played this level. But like I need to go where this key tells me to go. And then when you do that, you start piecing together how to do the secondary objective. That's also cool. I don't remember if Shiro needs to do specific things. There was Risa. Risa needs to open a trash chute in order to kill the sniper that's outside. However, considering how close it is to like the front door, you almost kind of don't need to do that. I think if you just drop the light bulb in the trash chute and he investigates, if you're really, really quick, you can probably just like kill the sniper like immediately without having to like drop the EEG device on him. Now, dropping the EEG device on him is really, really funny and really, really cool, and I like that that's a thing you can do. But it doesn't seem mandatory. Kind of like how, who was it? Was it Shiro? Yeah. Kind of like how Shiro needs to find Kyoya's ID, which the police officer has. In here, I ended up doing this objective without doing the sub objective that's involved with it, which is like Kay finding a towel, getting it wet, putting it in the freezer, so then that way Shiro can then grab that towel, put it on the table, and then put a piggy bank on the table. To then have that to have that towel thaw, and then the piggy bank drops, and then the police officer like is just like, "Oh, what's that?" And then he comes out, and then you beat him to death. I was able to distract the police officer by opening the front door and then crash the piggy bank, which then draws his attention towards the kitchen, and then go all the way back around and go through the front door and ambush him that way. Like, it was harder. It was harder than the intended path, but it was still possible. And it's probably a similar situation here, too. Weirdly enough, there are two situations where Shiro has like a really obtuse method in order to like kill a specific gun wielding Shibito that isn't 100% necessary and can be circumvented. Although this one is a lot easier to circumvent and also a lot easier to do because it's Risa. Like it's like immediately Like, oh, maybe I need to do something with someone else in the hospital, and the only other hospital level is this Risa level. So like it has to be like if I can't figure it out as Shiro, then it has to be Risa that I need to go and do something with if you ever get stuck with that guy. Meanwhile, like up here, like it could be Kei or it could be Kyoya, which I also feel like more than likely it would be Kei because this Kyoya level up here still is kind of acting as a tutorial. In fact, it's acting as a tutorial with fuck, what's her name? Hisako. But this all started with me talking about how if I played this game when it first came out, I'd probably hate it. And I'm still probably gonna stand by that by the time I beat this game. But that doesn't make this game any less cool. And also because of the advent of the internet, I don't think it's that big of a deal anymore because it's just like, oh, like this game is purposefully obtuse. If you go into this game knowing like, okay, the game has sub-objectives that are going to be difficult to figure out. And then you go in with that knowledge and then you're just like, okay, I'm stuck. I'm going to look up this level to figure out what I need to do. Like if you go into this game with that thought process, it's fun. It's still fun. You can try your best to do everything, to do all the sub objectives and things like that. Uh, and then if for whatever reason like you truly get stuck, then you can be like, okay, this is what the internet's for. Uh, which apparently like the goal of this game was to get people to collaborate with the internet anyway and slowly help each other piece it all together. So in a way, I am in a way I am playing this game as intended by the creator. Uh but yeah, I still think this game is really cool. And despite everything, despite it all, this is probably one of the best horror games that I've played, just period. Uh like there are a few. There are a few where it's just not fair to compare it to. Like the any of the Silent Hill games. Honestly, any of the Silent Hill games, the Silent Hill just isn't fair when you're talking about like horror games, uh, and just comparing it to others. Like that's just not a fair comparison for anyone. For anyone, Silent Hill is really really hard to beat in terms of horror games. Uh, System Shock is also kind of hard to beat. System Shock isn't as horror as like Silent Hill, obviously, but it has horror elements, and I treated it as a horror game. So bite me. Uh, what other games? I actually have already like ranked this game. I gave it like a preliminary rank just because I was just like, okay, I think I have a good spot for it. And I don't think I will change my mind necessarily. Uh, but yeah, when talking about like other horror games, what other horror games are quote unquote better? Uh, the Silent Hill games, of course. You have Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil 2. I have System Shock 1 and 2, and I have Faith the Unholy Trilogy. Or Unholy Trinity. So like there's some heavy hitters still that I think are better than Forbidden Siren. At least for right now. We haven't beaten the game yet. The game could go absolutely batshit insane. Parentheses derogatory or absolutely batshit insane in a positive way. there's no doubt in my mind that this game, no matter whether it's positive or derogatory, this game is just going to get batshit insane. If the last two cutscenes that I had witnessed are anything to go by, if this shit right here is anything to go by, this game's gonna go nuts on day 3. This game, the we're gonna hit day 3, and we're gonna lose our fucking mind. I hope nothing happens to Tamon. I like Tamon. Tamon was kind of standoffish at the beginning, but the more I played it, the more I realized why he was kind of standoffish. I like Tamon a lot. I also like Kyoya a lot. I like all three of these characters a lot. Hero. I'm losing my mind. Who the fuck? Oh yeah, Shiro. The doctor. He can fucking die. I don't care about Shiro, honestly. He's a sociopath. Risa's dead, sadly, but Risa's dead. I hope Harumi survives. It's never a good feeling when a child has to die. Never a good feeling. But it would be interesting. Reiko is dead. We know Reiko's dead. Akira's dead, sadly. I really, really liked Akira. Honestly, game threw the biggest curveball at me when they showed me Akira and how fucking cool he was with his sniper rifle, and then he and then he fucking kills himself. He just straight murks himself. Uh, Tomoko's dead. We know Tomoko's dead, sadly. Naoko's dead. I didn't really care about Naoko all that much. Naoko's fine, I guess. Miyako is sadly dead. Potentially she'll get reincarnated because there's some weird shit happening in the nest with the baby dragon demon thing. So maybe Miyako will get like reincarnated, or maybe like she is dead, but like she's going to go to paradise because she was sacrificed in such an unholy way, but you stopped it all from happening, so now she's like an angel. I don't know. I hope Miyako gets some kind of good ending. Even if she does die, I hope she isn't just burnt to a crisp and that's it. I do hope for something for Miyako. Ayako's totally dead. Was basically a non-character for most of this game. Uh, so I honestly don't care. I hope Yuriko survives. I really, really hope Yuriko survives. I like Yuriko. This is once again a character. This character was paired up with Tamon, and Tamon was like standoffish, and I didn't like him at the beginning. And Yuriko was kind of annoying at the beginning. But like the more I got to know these characters, the more I started liking them more. I hope Yuriko survives. Hisako's a bitch. Can't wait to watch her die. I hope I get to kill her. I hope, even if I don't necessarily like kill her, but if she comes back as a Shibito and one of my objectives is to beat the shit out of her, like defeat the Shibito brain and just whack the shit out of Hisako, best stage if that ever happens. And then Mina only got one cutscene. That's sad. Mina only got one cutscene, and Mina's dead. Whoever this character is, I I'm gonna go on a whim. This is entirely pulled out of my ass. I feel like, once again, and I mentioned like this, I actually mentioned this when I first got here. This 684 AD is probably either going to be Hisako's point of view or this mysterious character's point of view. I'm going to say it's this mysterious character's point of view, 684 AD, and said mysterious character that we don't know of is the final boss. Like, all this is leading up to Hisako resurrecting some grand demon, and this grand demon was originally brought about in 684 AD, or like the ritual was first attempted slash completed in 684 AD. Uh, and now it's happening again, and that's when I'm gonna kick the shit out of him. And I'm probably going to beat his shit in as Kyoya, if I had to take a guess. If this cutscene is anything to go off of, Kyoya's like the main protagonist. Like, I feel like these three, Kyoya, Tamon, and Kei, uh these three are like truly the main protagonists. Like, they have the most levels split between them. Uh Kyoya and Tamon, I think, have equal amount of levels. I think Kei has slightly less levels, but still a good chunk of levels compared to everybody else. Everybody else only has 2 or 3 levels. Kei has like 6 or 7, maybe? I'm not going to count them. I'm not going to. I know that's lazy of me, but I'm not going to. Kei has like 6 or 7, so like everyone else has like 2 or 3. In fact, I think everybody has 2. Everybody else has 2. Shiro has 3. I think Kei has either 6 or 7. And then I think both Tamon and Kyoya have like 8 or 9. And then, of course, there's some that I haven't unlocked yet. Because almost definitely someone is going to be playing Day 3 at 11 p.m. Like, almost definitely. I have a feeling it's probably Kyoya, because once again, if this cutscene is anything to go off of, Kyoya is the main character. Like, these three are the main characters, but Kyoya is the main character. He's the chosen one, or some shit. He's too angry to die. But yeah, we're getting into the thick of it. I can't believe that this Harumi right here goes to here. It says that one goes back to K. There's a Hisako up here. Oh. Harumi. Oh, I followed the wrong line. That's why. That's why everything was really, really weird. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is gonna get nuts. This is gonna get nuts real quick. Uh, Also, once we do Tomoko's up here, all we will have left is Day 3. Unless more stuff opens up for Day 2, which is a possibility. It's a possibility. I don't think so. Once again, I feel like we're in the final stretch. I feel like at this point, now that Tomoko's the only other objective we can do. In fact, where does Tomoko go again? Tomoko's red objective goes to a cutscene on Day 3. So even This one up here just goes straight down here. So yeah, I think other than this Tomoko, which we only now just unlocked after getting credits, after hitting credits, we just unlocked this. Once we get through this Tomoko right here on day 2 at 6 a.m., I think everything else is going to be day 3. There might be cutscenes on past days, but like level wise, I think everything else is going to be day 3. Most cutscenes are probably going to be day 3. And then there's probably going to be a cutscene once again all the way back at 684 AD. But yeah, this is nuts. This game is really really cool. Once again, this game is really really cool. I like this game a lot. I feel like despite its obtusiveness with its sub objectives, I think it's really really good. And then I think I mentioned this in another video. Apparently the second game, Forbidden Siren 2, uh makes the sub objectives a lot more obvious. Like it gives you more obvious hints and like tells you like what else needs to be done in a mission so that you can unlock other missions and do other like side objectives. And if that's the case, that game might just be better than this game. Uh there's a good chance that that is going to be really really good. But that'll be for another time. In fact, I don't even know if that's going to be 2026 or not. I'll need to look at that because there were a lot of games that I either postponed to next year or advanced to this year just because of how I was trying to lay it out. And I realized some games worked and some games didn't. And I had to cancel one of the projects because it just was not working at all. Literally, just wasn't working. Actually, I had to cancel 2 projects because it just wasn't working. Uh, but instead, we got to do Siren because originally I wasn't doing Siren this year. I'm glad I got to do it this year. This game's awesome. This game's awesome. I'm gonna stop rambling now. I've been rambling for I think 30 minutes. Uh, I think of all the videos, if anyone is watching this like video by video, part 1 through this will be 7. I think at this point you should stop watching and play the game yourself. Once again, use like a guide in order to help you with like the side objectives or the sub objectives. There's no shame in doing that, especially in a game as obtuse as this. Especially in a game as obtuse as this. There's no shame in going, I need to know the sub objectives. At the very least, let me know what the sub objectives are. Like, there's no shame in that. Because once again, we're in the thick of it now. We only have one possible stage that we can do, and there's a good chance that when we do this stage and then finish however this loop takes us, when we go back to the level select, there's probably only going to be another just one stage that we can do a secondary objective on. And it's just going to continue like that until we get to the end. And it's going to be really really cool. Like I truly believe we are at the finish line. Like we are at the point where it went from a linear series of levels in a asynchronous format to a do the levels in any order that you want, with some of the levels are locked from you, but like most for the most part you can just do them in whatever order you want. And now the game is slowly funneling back down to a more linear format. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But that is going to be it for now. Thank you all for watching, especially if you got this far, and stick around, because there's a lot more to come.